much more self-aware than he lets on in public. Look, I get it. It doesn't matter who he is at a private dinner with a comedian. It matters he is on the world stage. I'm just taking it as a positive that this person exists, because everything I've ever not liked about him was, I swear to God, absent, at least on this night with this guy. Bob, Kid Rock, told me the night before, he said, if you want to get a word in edgewise, you're going to have to cut him off and just go on. Not at all. I've had so many conversations with prominent people who are much less connected, people who don't look you in the eye, people who don't really listen because they just want to get to their next thing, people whose response to things you say just doesn't track, like, what? None of that was him. And he mostly steered the conversation to, what do you think about this? I know, your mind is blown. So
he's one of the most effective politicians, whatever you think of the policy and him as a person. Just as a politician.
I have no power. I'm a fucking comedian, and he's the most powerful leader in the world. I'm not the leader of anything, except maybe a contingent of centrist-minded people who think there's got to be a better way of running this country than hating each other every minute. So, meet up in person. Maybe it'll be different. Spoiler alert, it was. A lot of people told me they loved it, but not all. And we agreed. The people who don't even want us just to talk, we don't like you. Don't talk, as opposed to what? Writing the same editorial for the millionth time and making 25-hour speeches into the wind? Really, that's what liberals have? He takes the piss out of everybody else and we can hold ours? Okay, that's my report. You can hate me for it, but I'm not alone.
Bill Maher didn't just talk, he dropped a bombshell. In his latest upload, the video Donald Trump has been waiting for finally dropped. And let's just say, the woke crowd is losing it. Maher didn't hold back. He exposed everything that's been brewing behind the scenes and confirmed the most shocking twist yet. He's now fully backing MAGA, and yes, he's serious. One of the most iconic voices of the left has officially flipped the script. This isn't satire. This isn't a joke. And by the end of this video, don't be surprised if you find yourself leaning red too. The left-wing media is in full-blown panic mode, scrambling to silence the story, but it's already too late.
Before I left for the Capitol, I had my staff collect and print out this list of almost 60 different insulting epithets that the president has said about me. Things like stupid, dummy, low-life dummy, sleazebag, sick, sad, stone cold crazy. Really a dumb guy, fired like a dog, his show is dead. The 60. I brought this to the White House because I wanted him to sign it, which he did. With good humor. And I know as I say that, millions of liberal sphincters just tightened.
Nothing about Trump has really changed, and that's exactly what's driving his critics insane. What's always stood out about Trump is his unwavering consistency. For over 40 years, he's been the same blunt, unapologetic, and brutally honest figure. Ironically, it's Bill Maher, of all people, who's now shifting how many Americans are starting to see Trump. Just when it seemed like the media meltdown couldn't get any worse, Trump takes Maher on a tour and jokingly points out what he calls Hillary Clinton's room. You can't make this up.
Yeah.
I like Bill Maher's show, but this is the Trump that we have all seen. He actually has a great sense of humor, and that's the thing that I think late night television has missed in destroying itself. Congratulations, Greg Gutfeld, where you have the huge audience you have because you're funny. And these guys have become, in many ways, political activists with late night humor. But, man, if they had leaned into Trump in a funny way, he will play it up. He actually has a great sense of humor. And I give credit to Bill Maher, whoever had the idea to print out all the insults. But that is Trump just signing it. And here's the other thing, guys. If Trump could have presented Bill Maher with all the insults that Bill Maher has made about him, and he gets over it. He doesn't hold grudges, which I think is probably the most unique thing about Trump. I mean, heck, his vice president said that he had Hitler tendencies, and now he's a heartbeat away.
If you really think about it, Trump didn't have to push, beg, or manipulate anything. Instead, He effortlessly shifted Bill Maher's entire perspective, and that alone says everything about the sheer force of Trump's influence. It's no wonder more and more people are starting to question everything they've been told. And trust me, this is exactly the kind of moment the woke media will do everything to hide.
Forgive people. I'd have like no friends. Something to that effect. You know, you're right about that.
Yeah.
The left has missed an opportunity, late night TV, but politicians on the left and even some on the right are missing the opportunity to learn. This is how politics is done. Be real. I mean, that's one of the things that Bill Maher talked about a lot in his sort of post recap of this meeting was the guy is very real. He said, I've been around Democrats. I agree with them in politics, and they are much harder to talk to. They look away. They're not really interested in what I have to say. I felt like Donald Trump was a real person. I could disagree with him. I could look him in the eye. We could have a real discussion. Here's another bit of Bill Maher sharing his experience from meeting Donald Trump at the White House.
When I got there, that guy wasn't living there. Now, does Trump want respect? Of course. Who doesn't? My friend to me, what are you going to wear to the White House? I said, I don't know, but I'm not going to dress like Zelensky, I'll tell you that. He's much more self-aware than he lets on in public. Look, I get it. It doesn't matter who he is at a private dinner with a comedian. It matters who he is on the world stage. I'm just taking it as a positive that this person exists, because everything I ever not liked about him was, I swear to God, absent, at least on this night with this guy. I never felt I had to walk on eggshells around him. And honestly,